Williams, and today we're going to look at a very simple blues chord progression series of chords, and they're all seventh chords. And this is a very almost stereotypical type of blues chord progression. It's out of E, starts on E7. It's very simple. A lot of people know this one, but just in case you don't know this one, I'm going to show you how to play it. The tablature, as usual, is at guitarticles.blogspot.com, and because you'll probably need to take a look at that as a reference point. And I think we'll make this a two-parter. So in this video, part one, we'll look at the chord progressions, and then part two, I'll show you some scales and modes that you can use to solo over this. And that's why this is such a great chord progression, because if you're jamming with a buddy and you guys both know how to play this, it's really, really cool if you're exhausted and not feeling so creative and you can't think of anything to jam off the top of your head. This is a great thing to kind of resort back to and practice your scales and modes. And my door is opening for no reason. But anyways, so we'll go in for a close look and I'll teach you how to play this stuff. Okay, so that's what that sounds like. And the first chord is an E7, which means that you play your lowest string, your thickest one, which is going to be your root note. That's an E. You play that open, which means that you don't fret it at all. You simply pick it. Okay, your middle finger is going to go on the 7th fret of the A string. See that? Index finger shall go on the 6th fret of the D string. And then your ring finger will go on the 7th fret of the G string. So it looks like this. It creates a triangular pattern. Like that. And then one more finger is the pinky, which will go on the 8th fret of the B string. And then you play your high E, your thinnest string, open. And you play this all together with one downward strum. That's a thing of beauty right there. The next chord is an A7. It's very, very simple, and it's very similar. You simply have to move everything up, because your A is your A string played open, the 2nd string here, and that's your root note for this chord. And it's a very similar pattern. It's open A, middle finger on the 7th fret of the D string, index finger on the 6th fret of the G string, ring finger on the pinky on the 8th fret of the B string, and then open E, high E. So it's like this. Downward strum again. So now you have two chords here. Okay. So I'm just going to show you how to play the chords, because the rhythm is tapped out at Guitarticles, and you can use that as a reference point. So you have those two. The next chord is a B7. Again, triangular formation. This time though, the root note will be the B, which is the 7th fret on the low E string, played with the middle finger like I have here. Then you add your index finger to the 6th fret on the A string. Your ring finger will go on the 7th fret of the D string, like that. Now you have that, and your pinky goes on the 7th fret of the B string. And when you play this, this finger right here is going to kind of lean down like it is here, and it's going to muffle the G string right here. And you don't play the high E, so you just play. And it may take some practice, but you'll figure out what I'm talking about here. Okay, so there's your B7, that's your 3rd chord. See if E7 to A7, back to E7 to B7. Now we go to A7. Maintain this formation. You don't have to do anything different. All you have to do is slide it down a whole step, which is 2 frets. So there's 1 fret, and there's 2. 5th fret on the low E, that's your A. And And there's that chord. It doesn't change. It's the same fingering. Okay. So now we have E7, A7, back to E7, E7, A7, and then we go back to the E7. And here's the easiest part. After that, we go to the A7. Remember, same fingering as the B7. And this is the beautiful thing about this is these next three chords are the same fingering. You're just going to go a half step until you reach the B7, like this. But the fingering does not change. The only thing that you need to know is that it's 3 strums for each of those chords. Except for this one. Low vibrato, that's your conclusive chord. And in terms of the strumming, when you do this, the way I do it is I do like an alternate strumming, so it's down, up, down, up, down, up, the whole way. So let me get a better shot and I'll show you what that looks like. And there's a lot that you can do with these chords. I know that they may seem kind of boring in this example because I tried to pick the simplest rhythm and speed that I could show you these at, so that if you are new to learning these, you could learn them with ease. But you should learn these because there's a lot that can be done with these chords. It's really fun to jam over. And I'll show you one example real quick. We'll do kind of a James Brown thing with it. So I missed a note in that last example, forgive me. But anyways, next lesson I'll show you some great blues scales that you can use over that. And we might even be able to throw a little Dorian in there too. And I'll show you what you can do to improvise over that. It's really just a matter of rearranging the notes of any scale or mode. And in any ways, if you want to get a head start on that, once you learn those chords, try just picking out the notes from those chords and finding them in different areas and see how you can connect them that way, because that's basically all it is. So stick around and we'll get to it next time. We'll have some fun. Later.